Welcome to Haunted Hikes, where we delve into the most spine-chilling camping horror stories you need to hear. These are the tales that keep you up at night, the ones whispered around flickering campfires. Prepare yourself for tales that will make you think twice before your next outdoor adventure. We're about to journey into the heart of darkness, where the wilderness holds secrets best left undisturbed. Picture this: you're miles deep in the woods, the last tendrils of sunlight fading through the trees. Our story begins with a lone camper, a young man named Jake seeking solace in the wilderness. He thought he found peace, setting up his tent by a tranquil lake. Night fell, a blanket of darkness except for the flickering flames of his campfire. That's when he saw it, a shimmering figure at the edge of the light. A chill shot down his spine. Was it a trick of the firelight? He rubbed his eyes, but the figure remained, a translucent silhouette against the darkness. It moved closer, gliding silently toward him. Fear, raw and primal, gripped Jake's heart. He scrambled back, his mind racing for an explanation. The figure stopped, its form solidifying into the unmistakable shape of a man, a spectral figure with eyes that burned with an eerie light. Jake wanted to scream, to run, but terror froze him in place. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the figure vanished, leaving Jake trembling in the cold night air, forever marked by the ghostly encounter. Our next story takes us to the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where a group of friends, giddy with anticipation, embarked on a weekend camping trip. The air buzzed with excitement as they set up their tents, the forest alive with the sounds of nature. But as the sun began to set, a change settled over the campsite. It started subtly, a whisper on the wind, a rustling in the leaves. They dismissed it at first, attributing it to the wind playing tricks on them, but the whispers grew louder, more distinct. Voices seemed to emanate from the surrounding woods, murmuring their names. Fear turned their blood to ice. They huddled together, their laughter replaced by terrified silence. The whispers swirled around them, disembodied voices carrying whispers of dread, of secrets best left buried. What were these entities trying to communicate? What did they want? Sleep became impossible as they lay awake, each whisper sending shivers down their spines. Sarah, an experienced hiker, relished the solitude of the wilderness. She set off on a solo trek through the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest. The trail wound its way through towering trees, the air thick with the smell of pine needles and damp earth. But as the miles passed, a feeling of unease began to creep over her. It started with a prickling sensation on the back of her neck, as if she was being watched. She quickened her pace, her senses on high alert, scanning the dense undergrowth for any sign of movement. But there was nothing, only the sound of her own heartbeat pounding in her ears. Yet the feeling persisted, growing stronger with every step she took. She imagined the snapping of twigs, the rustling of leaves just beyond her sight. Paranoia tightened its grip. Was it just her imagination playing tricks on her, or was something truly stalking her through the ancient woods? The unseen presence remained, a constant source of dread, turning her solitary hike into a desperate fight for survival. Imagine this: a family gathered under a star-studded sky, the glow of their campfire casting dancing shadows on their faces. They were sharing stories and laughter, enjoying the tranquility of their camping trip. Their peace was shattered when their young son pointed to the sky, his voice filled with awe. "Look! Shooting stars!" he exclaimed. They gazed upward, but these were no ordinary shooting stars. Strange lights danced across the night sky, their movements erratic, defying the laws of nature. The lights pulsed with an eerie glow, casting an otherworldly luminescence over the campsite. Fear replaced their wonder as the lights grew brighter, their movements becoming more frantic. What were these celestial anomalies? Were they witnessing something extraterrestrial, something beyond human comprehension? The family watched in terrified silence as the strange lights performed their eerie ballet across the heavens, their minds racing with questions that had no answers. Our final story takes us deep into the heart of Yosemite National Park, where a young couple, Emily and Ben, were lost in the embrace of the wilderness. They snuggled into their tent, the sounds of the night lulling them towards sleep. But something woke Emily. A strange pressure pressed down on the tent, a weight that couldn't be explained by wind or falling branches. She lay in terror, her heart pounding against her ribs as the pressure intensified. Suddenly, the tent began to shake violently, as if being shaken by an unseen hand. Ben stirred beside her, his eyes wide with fear. Something was trying to get in. They huddled together, their breaths shallow and rapid, as the tent walls strained against the force pressing in on them. The air grew thick with a palpable sense of dread. Then, as quickly as it started, it stopped. The pressure lifted, the shaking ceased, leaving behind an eerie silence. They emerged from their tent to find no trace of what had transpired, only the unsettling feeling that they were not alone in the wilderness. Thanks for joining us on this journey through haunted hikes. We've explored the dark corners of the wilderness, where fear takes root and reality blurs with the supernatural. If you have your own camping horror stories, share them in the comments below. Remember, the next time you're out in the wild, be careful. You never know what lurks just beyond the firelight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling tales.